Morning, everyone. Hope you're doing great. So I've had kind of the beginnings of a message for a while, but it just didn't feel complete yet. So I've been kind of hanging on to it. And not that I ever withhold stuff. I just want to make sure when I share it that it's not because I'm trying to post another video, that it's actually a complete message that I feel is good. So I've been getting little notes about this message, and today I feel like I finally have a completion to it. So I thought they were all individual messages. Turns out it looks like one message. However, take it as it resonates. If it's a bunch of little messages for you, or just like one of them resonates for you, great. Okay. So again, I'm gonna read this message to you as if it's kind of one thing. There's a manifestation. There's a thing that you are, I'm not even gonna say working on. I'm gonna say coming into. Like your participation has been so valuable, and activating is the word I'm hearing. However, it's just a coming to pass. It's a coming of age, I guess, right? It's always been part of the plan. So it's just kind of happening, and your participation is so helpful, but also it's happening no matter what. And so I get some specific messages about the happening that I think are going to be really helpful for you. So the first note is, I got very clearly, I got you. Take my hand and trust your gut. I'm prompted to acknowledge, or explain, I should say better, the difference between anxiety and inspired action. Anxiety feels like, if I don't do this thing, then something bad will happen. So that's how to know, is what I'm doing inspired action? If you're feeling inspired, you don't feel this sense of oh, I better do this right now, otherwise bad, right? Inspired action just feels like, oh, I'm going to do that. That feels like the right thing to do, without any sort of next, oh, what if I don't, Okay, this is very specific. Quit wanting it to be more dramatic or a bigger deal in the 3D. I think sometimes we think if something is important, it needs to be a huge dramatic deal. And that may or may not be the case, right? Let go of that. I feel specifically by the holding on to that, you're holding on to an old part of the story. And I've been getting a lot of this, and you guys know this, but let go of the 3D identity. Whoever that was to you. That's all you know, right? That's okay. But just let that go. Meaning, and it's not go, again, sit in your dark bedroom and be apathetic about everything. It's more as things start to shift and change, as you start to see who you are compared to who you were, and you start to have some angst about it, just know that that's all kind of melting into something new, and just allow for that. And I get this very specific phrase, fools rush in. It's a great movie, by the way. Matthew Perry and Salma Hayek, I think. And what I mean by that, speaking about the fools, it's more it's not like foolishness or silliness or bad decisions or anything like that. It's more like new beginnings, fun beginnings, kind of that beginner's luck. When you enter in something brand new and you're a bit of a fool about it, you're kind of just unaware of all the pitfalls. So that's kind of the energy, just embrace it without awareness of what could go wrong, as if you're a total fool about it. And you find that people who have beginner's luck are often very unaware of well, this, that, and the other bad thing. I was talking to a friend the other day, and this person is very skilled in business and things like that, and we were discussing There are some people who don't know anything about anything business related, and they're sitting on multi-million-dollar companies, right? It's that image of fool's rush in. Knowing more facts doesn't always make you better. I get that you're in creator mode. We are always in creator mode, but you're kind of there's an awareness about your creator mode right now. Young, wild, and free, renegade. Again, this image of fool's rush in, just kind of like caution to the wind. You're somebody who's been overly cautious, so like the caution to the wind thing isn't a bad message of like, oh, go make bad decisions, because you don't. It's more like just relax. And then this ties to the message I got this morning to kind of bring it all together. So your diligence is being honored, I hear right now. And there's no diligence required, but Spirit's just honoring your participation. Don't assume you have to give something up in this process. Meaning, sure, there are parts of you that are going to change. You're going to let go of the old identity, but don't tie that to sacrifice, I guess is the better word, right? I think sometimes we think that like to get what we want, we have to sacrifice something. It's very 3D Western religion crap. Okay, so this is specific, and I think this ties it all together. So for some of us, some of you, whoever you are, you're walking through this manifestation. You're walking through this new beginning in your life, and you want the details to look a certain way, as if the details themselves are the manifestation. And if the details don't look exactly like you have pictured, the steps along the way, the bricks on the yellow brick road, if the steps aren't looking exactly like you thought they would, you are panicking that the manifestation is not working, or that you're doing something wrong, or that it's not going to happen for you. So what Spirit was reminding me this morning is let go of the details and the individual events along the way. Because what's happening is you're getting hung up, right? So keep your focus on the outcome. Feel that outcome. And just exist in that energy. Exist in the end energy. Because what happens is when we get focused on the individual steps, we're like, oh no. And then it's almost like you're walking down the path and there's something on the side of the path that you're like, wait a minute, I didn't know that was going to be there. And you stop and you stare at that thing and you quit walking down the path. So keep walking, right? Let go of wanting the path to look exactly like you have pictured it. Because if you're holding on to like, well, if it doesn't look like this along the way, somehow it's not working, again, you've stopped walking. And it's that simple. Don't make it too hard. Let go of forcing each individual experience. Again, keep the end in mind. And the last piece of this is let go of punishing yourself. Somehow I get that like whatever the new beginning is, you've disqualified yourself from it because of mistakes you've made in the past. And it's like you think that somehow there has to be, and it's subconscious, I believe, there has to be like a repayment, or like it's very much a cultural thing, like, oh, I shouldn't get this because I've done these things. And it's like there's no right, wrong, good or bad in the world of spirituality, right? It's all just a path of learning, right? Certainly we have things that are like better or worse to do in the 3D, but if you let go of wanting to punish yourself for something you did in the past based on your cultural expectation, then you can just move into the manifestation easier because there's not this hang up of like payment for whatever happened in the past. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day. As I get more, I will share more. So hope you enjoyed that. Talk soon.